Ambassador Mara Vance shoved the towering iridescent doors of the Galactic Council chamber wide. She strode down the central aisle, boots echoing on polished xenocrystal floors. Hundreds of alien delegates twisted in their tiered seats, tentacled, chitin-plated gaseous forms swirling in containment fields, all eyes locked on the lone human. She halted before the elevated dais. Speaker Helix Rowe loomed there, his elongated avian frame draped in ceremonial robes, 4 eyes blinking in sequence. Vance extended the sealed data slate. Speaker Rowe, my resignation as Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Council. Process it now. Rowe's beak parted. Translators hummed, then crackled. Ambassador Vance, this is irregular. The chamber recognizes no. Effective immediately. Vance's voice cut clean. She tapped her wrist comm. A chime confirmed upload to the Council's secure ledger. Gasps rippled through the chamber. Wet slurps from the Vexery blocks, sharp hisses from the Cathari delegation. Karen Vale, her assigned alien attaché, shifted in the shadows near the human envoy alcove. The spidery intelligence aide's mandibles clicked softly. Multifaceted eyes fixed on Vance. He clutched his own slate, logging every micro-gesture. Rowe snatched the slate. His claws scraped its surface. This action undermines protocol. I call for. Vance ignored him. She activated the hollow emitter on her podium. A massive crisis map bloomed in the chamber's core, 3 meters tall, pulsing red. Live feeds streamed in, fracturing hyperspace rifts along the Andromeda arm, devouring trade lanes. Refugee fleets scattered like shrapnel. Core world stations flickered offline one by one. This is the Rift Cascade. Live data, Council feeds confirmed. Vance pointed. It accelerates. In 72 hours it hits the central nexus. Billions dead unless we act. Delegates leaned forward. A gaseous Trellian delegate vented agitated vapors. Vance swiped the projection. Logistics overlays snapped into view. Earth's preposition task force markers. Quantum stabilizers ready for deployment. Supply chains mapped to galactic hubs. Earth's plan. Commit now. Vote on these terms. 48 hours for resource pledges. 24 for deployment orders, or the cascade consumes us all. Rowe's feathers ruffled. No vote schedules without committee review. This chamber follows procedure. Procedure killed the last 3 proposals. Vance's finger stabbed the air. Your vote stalled them. Public record shows it. Vote now, or I walk with the plan. Murmurs swelled. Kernvell scuttled closer, whispering into his comm. Vance caught his gaze, wary, calculating. Rowe raised a taloned hand. Procedural recess. Security. Mute the human station. Armored enforcers, hulking Brontarian power harnesses, lumbered from the walls. One slammed a disruptor field over Vance's podium. Her microphone died with a pop. The hollow flickered but held, powered by her wristcom backup. Vance smiled thinly, and she tapped her wrist again. Public release triggered. All prior vote refusals streamed galaxy-wide. Council's choice. Hollow feeds split. Archived sessions played. Delegate after delegate blocking aid. Rowe's voice droning insufficient consensus. Billions watched now, via open galactic nets. Protests erupted outside the chamber doors, faint thuds echoing. Rowe squawked. Treason! Security! Detain her! The Brontari hesitated, optics flickering toward their own feeds. Vance turned. She walked out alone, back straight, ignoring the chaos. Doors sealed behind her with a hydraulic hiss. In the corridor her wristcom buzzed. Director Imani Cho's face appeared. Calm, dark eyes sharp from Earth's orbital command. Mara, feeds confirm. Council's in meltdown. Your resignation hit every news drone. Leverage locked. Good. Logistics prepped. Vance kept striding toward the Cathari wing, task force on standby. Stabilizers fueled. Just say the word. Kernan Vell burst from a side panel, skittering to match her pace. Ambassador. No, former ambassador. The speaker demands your return. This defies norms. Vance didn't break stride. Norms lose wars, attaché. Your council's norms let the rifts grow. He clacked mandibles. Queen Soren observes. She requests audience, privately. Vance halted. The spidery alien's eyes gleamed. Less caution now, more intrigue. Humans planned like this? No wonder Earth stayed neutral so long. Lead, Vance said. Kern Vel guided her through labyrinthine halls, past hovering drones and wary guards. They entered the Cathari royal enclosure, a vast dome of woven silk steel, bioluminescent vines pulsing soft blue. Queen Soren Keth waited on a throne of fused chitin, her massive form regal yet scarred from old battles. Antennae quivered. 6 limbs cradled a data orb mirroring Vance's crisis map. Human Vance. Soren's voice hummed through translators, deep and resonant. You quit on broadcast. Took your plan. Bold. Vance stood firm. No bow. Institutions failed, Queen. Your council stalls doom us. Earth's help comes on terms. Soren's compound eyes narrowed. My peers humiliate me for seeking humans. Underestimate you. Show why. Vance projected her wrist hollow again, scaled for the dome. Terms: Cathari Vanguard secures forward rifts. Earth deploys stabilizers. Council ratifies post-success, or no further aid. Deadlines hold. A limb tapped the orb. Leverage? You resign, but Earth follows. Earth follows results. Vance leaned in. Imani Cho handles logistics. Credible. Your forces probe first. Prove commitment. We stabilize. Win together. Sarin rose towering. Guards tensed, but she waved them back. Council hides. I risk throne for this? You risk collapse without. Vance held her gaze. Principled restraint. No domination. Cooperation. Or rifts. Take your worlds first. Silence. Stretched. Kernvel froze. Mandibles agape. A queen negotiating direct with a human upstart? Soren extended a claw. Data link sparked between them. Accepted. Transmit to my fleets. We move in 6 hours. Vance clasped it. Firm human grip meeting alien might. Done. Alarms wailed distant. Council finally voting in panic. But too late. Soren's antennae curled in what Vance read as respect. They thought humans weak. Talkers only. Vance deactivated her hollow. We build. You fight. Watch. As Kernvel escorted her out, the attaché muttered, Your normal planning. It breaks rules. Vance glanced back. The Queen already barked orders. Fleets mobilizing. Earth's plan lived. Council chased shadows, but in the corridor, Cho's comm lit again. Mara, incoming from Ro. Begging terms. Vance smirked. Tell him. Negotiate with the Queen, or lose everything. The shuttle's downdraft hurled dust across Vance's landing pad. She snapped her head up from the treaty draft, hollow display flickering. Unannounced. Royal crest gleamed on the hull. Queen Soren Keth. Vance tapped her wrist comm. Security feed, full record. Director Cho, patch in. Imani Cho's voice crackled. On it. Council's in session. This stinks of desperation. Through the dome's outer cam, the Queen emerged, towering iridescent chitin gleaming under habitat lights. Her escort, 6 armored Vexari, flanked her. Soren waved them back sharply. They halted at the gate, mandibles clicking in protest. Soren strode forward alone, claws scraped plasteel. She stopped at Vance's residential door. 8 feet tall, she bent one knee, knelt. Antennae drooped low, a gesture no Holovid captured from galactic rulers. Vance crossed the room in 5 strides, palm to the panel. Door hissed open. Cool corridor air mixed with the Queen's ozone scent. Your Majesty. Vance kept her stance square, hollow recorder pulsing red on her collar. Negotiations here. Public record. No private audience. Soren's compound eyes fixed on her. The kneel held. Ambassador Vance. I come without counsel, without pride. Rifts widen. My world starve first. Aid me. Kernvel burst from the side corridor. Attache robes askew. His assigned watchpost. Mandibles flared. Queen, protocol demands. Silence. Saren's voice boomed, subsonics vibrating the deck. Kernvel froze. Human sets terms. We listen. Vance nodded once. Rise. Step inside the frame. She gestured to the recorder's optimal angle. No secrets. Earth's way. Soren unfolded, towering again, filled the doorway. Vance didn't retreat. Earth resigned from council games. Vance activated her data orb, projecting clauses in crisp galactic standard. Speaker Rowe hides behind votes. You want decisive help? Sign for it. Soren's claw hovered near the orb. Paused. Titles first. Human Viceroy in my sector. Trade monopolies. Eternal favor from House Keth. Vance shook her head. No. Audit rights. Earth inspectors in bed with your fleets. Real-time data feeds. Enforcement clauses. Breach terms. Aid halts instantly. No appeals. Kernvel's stalks twitched. He edged closer, scanning the hollow. This embeds outsiders? Galactic code forbids. Code failed. Vance cut him off, eyes on Soren. Rifts consume 3 systems. Council's debate adds 0 ships. My terms. You probe rifts first. Prove skin in the game. Earth stabilizes. Joint command. Soren's mandibles parted. Scanned the clauses. Humiliating. Peers will howl. Viceroy status. Optics later. Vance leaned in. Voice steel. Deadlines hold. Leverage is credibility. I resigned. Earth backs results. Director Cho executes. Cho's face appeared inset on the orb. Calm. Dark eyes. Sharp. Logistics ready. Your fleets transmit manifests now. We sync in hours. Soren's antennae curled. Calculation, not anger. Guards at the gate shifted, but held. Kernvel muttered, human normal. Plans without layers of proxy. Breaks every assumption. Vance ignored him, held Soren's gaze. You risk throne. We risk nothing without proof. Silence stretched. Dome lights hummed. Distant rift sensors wailed on Vance's console. Another breach. Soren tapped the orb. Claw linked. Data surged. Fleet rosters, probe vectors, resource pledges. Accepted. Transmit to my commands. Mobilize now. Before Council retaliates. Vance gripped the extended claw. Human palm met alien might. Firm seal. Done. Probes launch in 6. We follow. Alarms spiked. Council chamber feed patched through Cho. Speaker Halix Rowe's voice droned. Panicked votes flying. Too late. Soren's eyes gleamed. They deem humans weak. Words without claws. Vance deactivated the hollow. We build mechanisms. You fight rifts. Watch it work. Kernvel escorted the Queen out, his steps hesitant. Your planning? It assumes trust. Galactic minds fracture on less. Soren barked orders into her comm as she passed the gate. Escorts snapped to action. Shuttles hummed to life. Vance sealed the door, leaned against it. Cho's comm lit. Mara, Rowe incoming. Begging your terms. Vance smirked. Tell him. Negotiate with the Queen or lose everything. But the line buzzed again before Cho replied. Kernvel, unprompted, from the corridor feed. Ambassador, one query. His mandibles clicked fast. Your resignation? Calculated? To force this? Vance patched him visual. Results demanded. Institutions stall. Competence cuts through. Council spies report rifts accelerating. Your probes, will they hold? Vance cued the first manifests. Vexery scouts vectoring in. Bold thrusts no Council fleet dared. Earth tech seals breaches. Your Queen commits warriors. Balance. Kernvel nodded. Slow. Respectful. Extraordinary normalcy. I report to archives. Footfalls echoed as Soren's shuttle lifted. Vance turned to her console. Data flowed. Cho's logistics weaving human drones into alien formations. No domination. Precision fit. Hours ticked. Probes launched per terms. Feeds showed Vexery claws breaching rift edges. First real push in weeks. Earth stabilizers hummed online, weaving quantum nets. Council feed erupted. Rowe's image flickered in. Vance, unauthorized action. Authorized by her. Vance nodded to Soren's empty doorway. Terms signed. Audits live. Join or fade. Rowe's frills quivered. You bypassed. Delivered. Vance cut the link. No more games. Cho patched through. Fleet sinking. First seal in 10. Rowe's scrambling allies. Good. Vance reviewed enforcement dashboards. One breach of manifests. Aid froze. Principled restraint. Kernvel calmed again. Voice hushed. Queen mobilizes reserves. Peers rage, but rifts recede. Your doorway treaty. It spreads in whispers. Vance watched the feeds. Alien ships danced with human precision. Rifts dimmed. Then, a new ping. Surin direct. Ambassador. Probes hold. Stabilizers bind. Council yields. Vance typed fast. They chase. We lead. Antennae curl emoticon flashed back. Respect, but chose warning cut in. Mara. Rose fleet inbound. Inspection. Leverage play. Vance stood. Pulled her jacket. Audit clause activates. Greet them at the gate. Queen's shadow lingered in her mind. One kneel sparked it all. Competence endured. Dome alarms trilled soft visitors. Vance strode out. Recorder read. Terms ready. Rose shuttle touched down, frills high, but Surin's banner flew beside it. Forced cooperation. Vance smiled. Human normal. Galactic revelation. Kernvel waited at the ramp, eyes wide. They kneel now? Not yet. Vance passed him. Soon. Vance slammed her palm on the conference table. Hollow screens flickered to life around her. Director Cho. Link in. We verify this crisis data now. Cho's face materialized, sharp eyes scanning readouts. Mara. Council's briefing packet just dropped. Sensor ghosts at the rifts. Unconfirmed. 3 steps. Vance pulled up the raw feed. 1. Isolate primary sensor logs. 2. Cross-reference with Earth shipping telemetry. 3. Model threat vectors. No filters. She typed the outline, broadcasting it. Lock it down. No edits. Cho nodded once. Drafting protocols. Compliance hooks embedded. Send? Vance hit confirm. Sent. Kernvel. Get in here. The attaché burst through the door, frills twitching. His claws clutched a data slate. Ambassador. Speaker Rowe insists on the edited summary. Galactic protocol. Ban it. Vance pointed to the door lock. Raw sensor logs only. No briefings. No summaries. Dump them on the table. Kernvel's mandibles clicked. But the council sanitizes for clarity. Peers demand raw. Now. Vance leaned forward. Her voice stayed level. Or I walk. He hesitated, then uploaded. Petabytes flooded the hollow. Streams of unfiltered rift signatures cascaded. Plasma flares, warp tears, ship debris. Kernvel's eyes widened. This breaks chain of custody norms. Humans process unparsed. Cho's avatar chuckled softly. We wrote the parser. Running step 2. Vance dragged shipping lanes onto the overlay. Earth freighters, independents, even black market haulers. Telemetry pulled from public beacons. Dots swarmed the rift zone. Overlay council's missing figures. Gaps bloomed red. Council reported stable sectors swarmed with unregistered wrecks. Human ships had skirted them weeks ago. Logs time-stamped. Vance flagged the voids. Here and here. Speaker Rowe's fleets never logged these debris fields. Underreported by 30%. Kernvel leaned in, frills flattening. Impossible. Rowe chairs logistics. He curates lies. Vance isolated the spike. Rifts accelerated 2 days ago. His procedural holds starved patrols. Data fudged to dodge blame. Cho patched through analytics. Confirmed. Our models predict cascade in 72 hours without intervention. Council's playing defense. Vance's fingers flew. New threat model rendered. Rifts as fracturing webs. Human aid vectors in green. She tagged Rowe's discrepancies in bold. No more gaps. We name it. Kernvel rocked back. You accuse the speaker? Without consensus vote? Consensus kills. Vance copied the file. Queen Surin gets this direct. With terms. She fired the burst to the royal channel. Message. Corrected rift model attached. Council data falsified. Rose manifests short. Earth commits stabilizers and sealers. Demand full operational authority. No committees. Sign or rifts claim your core worlds first. Silence stretched. Kernvel's voice dropped. Queen risks isolation. Peers will. Her comm pinged. Surin's seal glowed. Vance opened it. Ambassador Vance. The Queen's projection filled the room. Iridescent scales shifting. Antennae curled forward. Your model matches our black probes. Rowe stalled reserves. I sign. Vance kept her face neutral. Terms. Earth fleets deploy under joint command. Audits on all manifests. Yours, mine, theirs. Breach freezes aid. Principled restraint. Soren's eyes narrowed, then softened. Restraint? Humans hoard such power. We deliver. Vance forwarded the contract slate. Sign. The Queen's claw tapped. Seals locked. Done. Mobilize. Karen Vell stared at the hollow. You bypassed the council. In minutes. Bans. Shut down the screens. Institutions failed. We fixed it. Logistics spinning up. First stabilizers en route. Rose combing. Furious. Let him. Vance stood. Kernvell. Prep the shuttle bay. Queen's banner flies with ours. He saluted, frills high for the first time. Human, normal, rewrites rules. Vance strode to the viewport. Rift feeds streamed live. Crimson tears gnawing space. Her fleets arrowed in. Precise. Soren's reserves trailed sinking formations. Rose signal blinked. Vance. Unauthorized. She cut the preview. No more games. Alarms trilled. Incoming shuttle. Rose markings, but a second signature wove beside it. Soren's royal escort. Cho patched through. Fleets sinking. First seal in 10. He's scrambling allies. Good. Vance reviewed dashboards. One manifest breach. Aid froze. Leverage held. Kern Vell calmed from the bay. They land together. Queen's banner prominent. Peers whisper of your doorway treaty. Vance watched feeds. Alien hulls danced in human grids. Rifts dimmed under stabilizer fire. Soren direct linked. Probes hold. Council yields. Vance typed. They chase. We lead. Antoni Curl flashed back. Respect. Cho warned. Rose fleet inbound. Inspection. Leverage play. Vance pulled her jacket. Audit clause activates. Greet at the gate. Dome alarm softened. Visitors docked. Vance strode out. Recorder live. Terms ready. Rose shuttle ramp dropped first. Frills quivered high. Aids flanking. Vance, you bypassed. Authorized. Vance nodded past him. Soren emerged second ramp. Banner snapping. Her gaze locked on Vance. No bow. Partnership. Rose spun. Queen, you endorse this human gambit? Soren's voice cut cold. I endorse results. Your gaps nearly cost us all. Kernan Vell waited at Vance's side. Eyes wide. They align. Rose frills deflated. Procedural review. Join or fade. Vance activated the audit feed. Red flags danced on his manifests. Terms signed. Audits live. He quivered. Aides murmured. Soren stepped forward. Speaker, yield. Rose claws clenched, then dropped. Compliance. Logged. Vance. Mild faintly. Human, normal. Galactic shift. Cho's voice hummed in her earpiece. Seals holding. Rifts contracting. Next wave. Push. Vance turned to Soren. Joint command confirmed? The Queen's antennae curled. Confirmed. Your restraint honors us. Kern Vell edged closer. Ambassador, how did you see the gap so fast? Our analysts cycle weeks. Vance glanced at the feeds. Human freighters wove through debris no one else charted. We track everything. Always. Rowe shuffled back to his shuttle, frills low. Soren lingered. Council reconvenes tomorrow. With your model. Vance nodded. We'll attend, as equals. The Queen's projection earlier had held back. Now, in carapace, she dipped her head, not a kneel. Respect. Alarms pinged anew. More signatures inbound, all eyes falling in. Vance checked dashboards. No breaches. Cooperation locked. But a shadow feed flickered. Outer rifts pulsed stronger. Unmodeled anomaly. Cho whispered. Mara. Something's tearing wider. Rose's old manifests hid it. Vance's hand went to her comm. Time to name the next liar. Vance's console flashed red. Access denied. The overlay pulsed. Speaker Rose holographic seal stamped across her feeds. Legal Censor 47B. Immediate freeze on all council channels. Per diplomatic codes. Gone. She tapped her earpiece. Imani? Relay active? Live, Director Cho replied. Earth diplomatic backbone online. Piggybacking your signature. Vance nodded to the chamber's observers. Dozens of alien envoys clustered on tiered benches. frills twitching, eyes locked on her. Queen Surin Keth loomed at the forefront, her iridescent carapace gleaming under the dome lights. Attaché Kernvel hovered at her flank, mandibles clicking softly. "Council observers," Vance announced, voice steady through the rerouted relay. Her words beamed direct to every member state's secure net, bypassing Ro's lockout. "Witness this. Speaker Ro has frozen my access. Standard procedure? No. Retaliation." Murmurs rippled. Soren's antennae stiffened. Ro's projection flickered into view from the central dais, uninvited. His frills flared wide. "Ambassador Vance, you violate protocol. Cease unauthorized broadcasts." Vance ignored him. She pulled up the shadow feed, the unmodeled rift anomaly pulsing stronger, devouring freighters on the outer rim. Red vectors spiked, casualties mounting. "Earth's solution deploys now," she said. Human freighters darted into the feed, charts precise, engines weaving debris fields others avoided. "Rifts stabilize under our charter. Sign it, or watch your fleets burn." Ro's claws scraped his podium. "You overstep. Censure stands. No human directives without review." Kernanvel leaned towards Soren, whispering. The Queen's eyes narrowed on Vance. Vance swiped her tablet. Transaction paths loaded. Neat grids of encrypted flows she'd traced from Ro's old manifests. Bribes funneled through neutral exchanges. Vixari credits to fringe worlds. Votes bought quiet. Exact paths. Timestamps. Recipients named. She published. Data flooded public relays tagged to every council member state terminal. Bribery channel exposed. Paths from your speaker's accounts.
"Verify yourselves," gasps echoed.
Envoys surged forward, claws tapping their own pads. Ro's projection quivered. "Fabrication. Slander. Check the hashes," Vance said. "Earth audit standard. Immutable." Soren's voice cut through. Resonant. "Speaker, truth holds. My analysts confirm." Ro's frills collapsed. Aides swarmed his projection, pulling feeds. Vance leaned into her mic. "Council has one re-entry. Sign the emergency charter. Full cooperation. Audits live. Joint command, or Earth withdraws. Solution lost." Silence gripped the chamber. Observers cross-checked data. Lights blinked as states logged verifications. Kernvel edged closer to Vance's station, his segmented form tense. "Human, you mapped these flows in hours. Our grids take cycles." "We track everything," Vance said. "Always." Soren rose, carapace plates shifting. "Ambassador, your terms. Principled, restrained. I sign first." Her seal bloomed on Vance's relay. Bold, binding. Rift feeds updated. Human rigs patched the anomaly. Rifts contracting 12%. More seals followed. Vexari. Thalor. Then a cascade. Ro's projection shrank. "Procedural objection." "Overruled," Soren snapped. "Yield, speaker," he deflated. Claws dropped. "Compliance noted." Vance's dashboard cleared. New access flooded in. "Equals now." Cho's voice hummed. Logistics locked. Fleet sinking. Anomaly contained. But the shadow feed glitched again. Outer rifts pulsed, not contracting, expanding. Untraced signatures laced the edges. Vance's hand hit her comm. "Imani." Ro's manifests hid more.
"Pull the deep archives."
"Already digging," Cho said. "Found a ghost relay." Points to Soren's inner court. Soren approached, antennae curling in what Vance read as caution. "Ambassador. Joint command. Active. What next?" Vance met her gaze. Human freighters held the line, but the anomaly clawed wider. Trust tested. Kernvel buzzed beside them. "The gaps. Your planning assumes betrayal. Ours assumes harmony." "Harmony needs teeth," Vance replied. Alarms spiked. A new rift tore open. Council signature. Masked. Soren's frills twitched. Vance locked eyes with the Queen. "Your court." "Explain." Soren's mandibles parted. Hesitation. Ro's shuttle engines whined outside, fleeing. But the real threat hid closer. Vance activated full-spectrum scan. Earth relays hummed, peeling layers. Bribery was the appetizer. "This, the main course. Talk," Vance said to Soren. "Or we pull back." The Queen's carapace gleamed, not betrayal. Leverage. My rival's play. Rifts howled on the feeds. Vance's fingers flew. Terms recalibrated. Council observers leaned in. Cooperation teetered. Corinne Vel stared at the scans. Impossible. You see through our veils. Human normal. Galactic unravel. Cho whispered. Mara. Rival confirmed. Queen Vexra. She's weaponizing the rifts. Vance nodded. Time to force the next hand. Soren dipped her head. Aid us. Terms? Full disclosure, Vance said. Now. Seals pinged. More states in. But Vexra's shadow loomed. Vance routed the demand. Public again. No silence allowed. Rose censure. Dust. Her leverage. Iron. The chamber held its breath. Rifts raged. Vance smiled faintly. Push. Soren signaled assent. Data streamed. Rival manifests. Rift keys, but one file lagged. Encrypted deep. Kernvel caught it. Ambassador. Trap code. Vance isolated it. Human filters shredded the veil. Vexra's fleet. Mast. Incoming. Joint strike. Vance ordered. Earth leads point. Soren's antennae snapped straight. Agreed. Freighters banked hard. Aliens followed, charts sinking to human precision. Rose's voice crackled on open channel from his shuttle. Recall. Authority. Revoked. Vance cut in. Published his flight path next. Bribes 2.0. Laughter rippled. Alien sharp. Crisis bent. Not broken. Vance watched the feeds. Vexra's ships blinked into view, outnumbered. Human rigs fired first. Clean. Calculated. Rifts buckled. Soren gripped the rail. Your restraint saves us. Kernvel nodded slowly. Normal for you. Miracle for us. Cho's update. Vexra signaling surrender. Vance exhaled. Charter held. But the deepest file, unlocked. One line. Earth origin rift. Test. Her blood chilled. Not alien. Human sabotage? No. Probe data. Ancient signal. Alarms wailed anew. Core rift. Earth side. Flaring. Vance's comm burned. Imani. Homefront breach. Confirmed, Cho said. Incoming. Galactic stared. Human exceptionalism. Tested inward. Vance turned to Surin. Allies. Now. The Queen nodded. Fleet turned home. Council followed. Equals forged in fire. Shadow no more. Truth burned bright. But the core rift whispered. Who lit the fuse? Vance gripped her console. Next terms drafted. No mercy for liars, here or there. Push harder. Vance's shuttle shuddered through Earth's defensive grid. Alarms blared from the core rift ahead. A jagged tear spewing plasma flares toward Luna orbit. Soren's flagship flanked her. Council vessels trailing like hesitant shadows. Status. Vance snapped into the open channel. Cho's voice cut through static. Rift destabilizing fast. Human rigs holding the line, but we need mass dampeners, now. Soren leaned into the shared holo feed, her iridescent scales rippling. Council forces stand ready. Speaker Rowe demands a vote first. Vance's jaw tightened. Rowe's shuttle hovered at the edge, broadcasting delays. She patched him in. No votes. We convene here. Working table. 5 minutes. Measurable deliverables or your fleet's watch Earth burn. Silence stretched. Then Rowe. Precedent revoked, Vance said. Again, Soren's mandibles clicked approval. Shuttles detached, converging on Vance's command carrier. The multi-species table assembled in the central bay. Holo-projectors humming. Chairs auto-adjusting for alien frames. Vance stood at the head, tablet in hand. Soren to her right. Rowe sulked opposite, flanked by Curran Vale. Delegates from 12 core worlds filled the rest. Chitinous traders, gaseous envoys in containment fields. Crystalline elders pulsing light. Expectations clear? Vance said, no speeches. She flicked her tablet. Grids populated. Rift metrics. Fleet positions. Resource tallies. Rift expands at 2.3% per cycle. Collapse in 12 hours without coordinated dampening. Eyes widened. Alien and human alike. Galactic norms favored oratory. Humans brought data. Assignments, Vance continued. Soren's Vexra remnants. Deploy 40% of your gravitic arrays to Grid Alpha. Verify deployment via shared ping in 30 minutes. Soren nodded sharply. Done. Corellian hives. Escrow 500 megatons of neutron foam. Release on my signal. The hive delegates' pheromones. Spiked alarm. Our stocks. Measurable. Vance cut in. Inventory scan now or forfeit docking rights at Sol stations. Clicks of assent rippled. She turned to Ro. Council reserves. Full sensor net sync. Transparent feeds to all. No blackouts. Ro's tendrils coiled. I chair procedure. You chair nothing, Vance said. Deliver or abstain. Next. One by one, species locked in. Karanvel tapped notes furiously. Hissing. This bypasses charter layers. Charter's on fire, Vance replied. Adapt. Table cleared in under 10 minutes. Feeds lit up, arrays deploying, foams accruing, nets weaving. Vance watched the hollow. Rift stress dropping 0.8%. Progress. But Ro lingered, whispering to aides. Leverage brewing. Vance pulled Soren aside. Kill sabotage. Need a treaty addendum. Penalties, escrow, milestones. The Queen's eyes gleamed. Draft it. I'll witness. Back in her ready room, Vance composed. Fingers flew over the tablet. Addendum 1. Crisis Response Protocol. Clauses snapped into place. Milestone 1. Dampener fields at 80% coverage. Verified by independent drone swarm. Penalty. Withholding species forfeits trade credits equal to rift damage projection. Escrow. All committed resources parked in neutral Sol orbit. Human-monitored vaults. Release only on collective sign-off. Milestones 2. 5. Stabilize, contain, seal, certify. Transparent audits every cycle. Breach clause. Sabotage triggers full council asset freeze. Human enforcement. She embedded smart contracts, self-executing via blockchain relays. Galactic tech lagged. Human code enforced itself. Sent, Vance said, pushing to all delegates. Review. Counter now or it's live. Pings flooded back, Soren first. Accepted. Then traitors. Hives, Ro stalled. Cho's face appeared on split screen.
Hubs deploying.
Modular logistics, prefab docks, inventory bays, open ledgers posting now. Vance nodded. Crates stacked, scanners whirring. Every bolt, every gram logged. Delegates' tablets buzzed. Live inventories for verification. No trust assumed. Proof provided. Kernval burst into the bay, antennae quivering. Your hubs? They integrate our formats? Without adapters? Standardized? Cho said over comm. Plug and seal. The analyst blinked. Impossible. Our net's never normal for us, Vance said. Finished his thought. Ro's voice crackled fleet-wide. Addendum flawed. Needs review committee. Vance activated the carrier's auditorium feed. All eyes snapped to her. Live signature session starts now. Holopen ready. First commit locks terms for all. Timer, 2 minutes. Gasps echoed. Galactic diplomacy crawled through subcommittees. Humans set stopwatches. Soren's claw extended first. Digital ink bloomed. Queen Soren Keth commits. Lock engaged. Contracts fired. Escrows transferring. Milestones binding. Panic rippled. Delegates scrambled, signing in a frenzy. Ro's tendrils froze. Speaker? Vance prompted. Timer at 1:47. His shuttle veered closer. You force my... Your choice, Vance said. Sign, or council loses face. And fleets. Kernvel leaned to Ro. Urgent whispers. The chair's tendrils slashed air. Then signed. All in. Feed surged. Arrays locked. Foams flooding. Nets complete. Rift stress plummeted 4.2%. Cho's update. Stabilizing. Human point rig ceiling breach. Alien stared at the hollow. Soren gripped Vance's shoulder. Gentle, reverent, your checklists, they bind what speeches shatter. Vance exhaled, watching the rift knit. Victory. But scans pinged anomaly. Residual signature in the plasma wake. Not Vexra. Not council. Human. Her tablet chimed. Cho private. Probe origin confirmed. Earth Corp black site. Saboteurs in custody. Vance's eyes narrowed. Internal rot. Terms drafted anew. No mercy. But the Queen's gaze lingered. Allies true. What next? Fleet held position. Rift whispers faded, yet deeper scans glowed. Echoes from beyond Sol. Ancient, calling. Vance straightened. We verify. Then, hunt the fuse. Vance tapped the authorization code. Convoy Alpha launches in 5. Captain Ellis takes point. Human nav expertise. Queen Surin's engineer, Lyra Thorne, handles power relays. Kernvel, you're on threat scan. The bridge hummed. Hollow displays flickered with fleet icons. Earth's squat haulers. Sorin's sleek cruisers. Council scouts. Attaché Kernvel blinked his multifaceted eyes at her. Ambassador, protocol demands rank precedence. Lyra Thorne outranks Ellis by 3 tiers. Competence over rank, Vance said. Ellis plotted the rift bypass. Lyra knows the engines. Move. Kernvel hesitated, then keyed the orders. Shuttles decoupled from the station. Engines flared blue. The convoy surged into the void, 20 vessels strong, hauling foam stabilizers and point rigs to seal the next rift fracture. Vance watched from the command shuttle's viewport. Stars streaked. Her tablet pinged. Director chose logistics feed. Escrows held firm. Supplies locked in treaty chains. No backsliding. Status? She asked Ellis over comms. Clean vector, Ambassador. Contingency routes loaded. We're ghosts if needed. Good. Vance leaned back. The plan assumed betrayal. Human standard. Galactic poles taught caution. Alarms blared mid-jump. Kernvel's station lit red. Navigation update incoming. Council override. Vectors shifting. Vance spun. Source. Speaker row seal. Kernvel's claws danced. It's rewriting our path. Straight into the plasma wake. Collision in 90 seconds. Sabotage. Vance's jaw tightened. Roll back. Now. Trace the packet. Ellis barked from lead ship. Rolling back. But it's burrowing. Firewall breach. Air gap it. Vance ordered. Yank the core drive. Manual nav. Crew scrambled. The convoy shuddered. Hollow charts glitched, then stabilized on backups. Kernvel isolated the intrusion. Traced. Origin. Noble contractor Vexer's relay. Embedded worm. Vance patched to Queen Sorin's flagship. Your Grace, Vexer's people hit us. Proof en route. Sorin's image filled the screen, her iridescent scales flushing violet. I see the trace. Arrest underway. On secondary feed, Sorin's guards stormed a docking bay. Vexra's aides thrashed in energy cuffs. The Queen's voice cut sharp. Traitor. Your house ends here. Assets flashed on Vance's display. Vexra's freighters, fuel depots, Queen Sorin keyed transfers into treaty escrow. Full audit. Humanity commands the release. Accepted, Vance said. Ping to Cho. Verify chains. Locked. Cho replied. Logistics reroute active. Convoy reformed. Ellis punched the contingency. Ghost run engaged. Evasive weave. Vessels banked hard. Plasma tendrils clawed empty space behind them. The rift loomed, a jagged tear spewing debris. No council intercept. They beat Rose stall. Docking clamps engaged. Aulers vented foam. Point rigs deployed. Humans and aliens sinking in zero. Lyra Thorne sealed the final relay. Rift stress dropped 7.8%. Vance exhaled. Delivery confirmed. Pull back. Kernvel stared at his console. You planned for this. Backup navs. Air gaps. No trust in updates. Standard up, Vance said. Betrayal's a variable. We code around it. Gazai stalks swiveled. Galactic's debate for cycles. You assume and act. Sorin's shuttle docked beside them. She strode in, robes swirling. Guards hauled Vexra's limp form past. The Queen bowed, low, formal. Human foresight saves us. Again. Council fleets inbound now. Too late. Vance nodded. Terms hold. Supplies delivered. What's Rose play? Deny. Blame Vexra. Sorin's claw touched the hollow rift, now knitting. But your chains bind him. He signs or loses face. Comm crackled. Speaker Halleck's rose image imposed. Tendrils writhed.
Ambassador Vance, this rogue route violates protocol.
Return assets. Delivery complete, Vance said. Escrows released per treaty. Scan confirms. Rose eyes bulged. You bypassed my update. Detected sabotage. Traced to your approved contractor. Vance forwarded the worm packet. Queen Sorin's in custody. Assets secured. Sign the stabilization addendum, or we pull rigs. Silence stretched. Kernvel whispered to Ro off mic. The speaker's tendrils slashed. Then, addendum. Accepted. Feeds locked. Another fracture sealed. Soren gripped Vance's arm. Your methods. They forced truth from chaos. Vans checked scans. Rift stable, but deeper probes pinged. Echoes beyond Sol. Ancient signals pulsing rhythmic. Cho's private beam. Human corpse saboteurs grilled. Point to off-book's AI arms race. Earth cleanup inbound. Watch the old signals. Vance met Soren's gaze. One crisis down. But those echoes? They're calling. We hunt together? The Queen's scales gleamed. Yes, allies true, fleet held. Probes launched. Yet Ro's shuttle lingered at edge of sensors. Tendrils coiling. Vance's tablet warmed. Incoming burst. Untraceable. Council fractures widen. Vexra not alone. Choose side. She deleted it. Terms first. Always. Ellis hailed. Ambassador. Convoy secure. Next fracture vectors plotted. Your orders? Push, Vance said. Competence commands. Kernvel watched her. Awe cracking his caution. Humans, you build betrayal into victory. Vance smiled faintly. We build to win. Scans deepened. Ancient echoes sharpened. Coordinates locking on galactic core. Not invitation. Warning. Ro's voice broke in. Vance, emergency session. The core. Too late. Her fleet already jumped. Vance's shuttle bucked through the weave. Ellis's voice steadied the comm. Rift 2 in sight. Foam prepped. But Kernvel's station flared again. New ping, core signals spiking. Patterns match Vexra's worm code. Deeper. Vance leaned in. Decode. Coordinates. Ancient gate network. Activating. Hollow bloomed. Ghostly webs across the galaxy. Lights winked on. One by one. Traps. Soren patched through. My archives know this. Precursors. They called stalls. Force action. Ro's fleet icon swarmed behind. Halt! Council claims primacy. Vance keyed fleet-wide. Contingency Delta. Scatter and seal. No debates. Engines roared. Supplies dumped true. Rifts sealed in sequence. Council ships arrived to empty space. Ro fumed on open channel. You defy. Deliver, Vance cut. Then talk. Soren laughed. Rare. Resonant. Human queen indeed. Kernvel forwarded decode. Gate 1 opens. In Sol's shadow. Vance's blood chilled. Homeward pull. Internal rot met ancient fire. Cho. Earth fleets mobilizing. Your term set the pace. Fleet coalesced. Vance plotted the burn. To the gate. Together. Echoes pulsed welcome. Or snare. They accelerated. Gates hummed. Vance gripped her command chair as the fleet pierced the veil. Sol's shadow warped around them. Earth's defensive pickets lit red on scans. Ancient signals pulsed from the yawning maw ahead, coordinates etching into every console. Queen Soren's lead ship holds formation, Kernvel reported. His frills quivered. Council signatures inbound. Speaker Ro demands parley. Vance keyed the main hollow. Patch him through. Full fleet listen. Ro's face filled the display, mandibles clicking fury. Council banners framed him. Dozens of rulers in tiered seats, their icons flickering. Ambassador Vance, your unauthorized jump ends now. Reinstate under Council primacy. Fold your alliance ships into our command grid. We claim this gate. Vance leaned forward. Her shuttle's bridge crew stilled. Earth pickets synced locks outside. Speaker, my fleet sealed 3 rifts already. Your ships chased ghosts. This gate activates now. Terms first. Ro's eyes narrowed. Terms.
You resigned? Humanity's seat poised.
Return, or we isolate Sol. Soren's icon surged forward in the hologrid. Her crown gleamed under throne lights. Isolate, while precursors cull us. Vance acts. You stall. Murmurs rippled through the council feed. Vance watched readouts. Gate energies spiking. Worm code threads weaving toward core worlds. Cho's text pinged private. Earth logistics locked. Audits ready. Push charter. Listen, Vance said. Voice cut clean. Council fails. Politics over crisis. I propose reform. New charter. Independent audits on all fleets. Emergency powers for any member to act. Ratified by 3 signatures minimum. No vetoes in extinction events. Roe recoiled. Preposterous. Procedurals bind you to irrelevance. Vance forwarded the draft. Clean lines scrolled. Enforcement clauses. Shared intel mandates. Penalty fleets for non-compliance. Kern-Vel cross-checked live. Human doc breaks no galactic law. Leverages existing pacts. Soren's voice boomed. I endorse. Sign, rulers, or stand aside. My world's pledge first. Her digital seal bloomed crimson on the charter hollow. Bold, irrevocable. Council tears erupted. Icons blinked. Half in outrage, half calculating. A Zyran lord snarled. Monarch overreach. Humans dictate. Vance held steady. Her fleet probes darted into the gate's edge. Data streamed. Precursor traps dormant, but hungry. Not dictate. Deliver. Sign, and I take a limited seat. No more. Rose aides clustered. Whispers hissed. Gate pulses quickened. Echoes probing Saul's defenses. Earth guns charged in sync. Vote, Saren commanded. Now. Tally climbed. Seals locked. Soren's alliance first, then fringe worlds. Rose block fractured. 2 defected. Final count, 62%. Rose slammed a talon. Ratified. Enforcement clauses public. Vance, your seat awaits. Begging? We lead. Vance smiled thin. Signatures first. All eyes. Hollow captured every stroke. Claws, tentacles, beams. Rulers committed live. Kern-Vel's frills relaxed. Binding. Galactic net acknowledges. Fleet channels lit green. Vance keyed open. Earth pickets. Stand down. Alliance. Integrate audits. To the gate. Saren patched private. Well played, human. They begged with ink. Shuttle bucked as they dove. Ancient webs glowed acceptance. Probes returned clean. No snare yet. But core signals deepened. Vance plotted vectors. Chose update. Compliance teams deploying. Your pace holds. Council feed stabilized. Rose voice grated. Ambassador. Session convenes at Nexus Prime. Gate secured. Your lead. Vance nodded to Kern-Vel. Relay cords. We jump chained. Engines thrummed. Fleet surged as one. Aliens in formation marveled at human sync. Drills they called routine. Saren's ship meshed stride. Practice, Dan said. Crisis tempers. Gate swallowed them. Stars twisted. Emergent space bloomed. Nexus Prime spires. Council citadel aglow. Docked amid cheers. Wary ones. Vance stepped onto the platform. Roe waited with escort, mandibles tight. Welcome back, he said. Charter binds. Now, the core. Vance scanned the hall. Rulers assembled, seals glowing on walls. Attaché Kern-Vel flanked her. Notes in claw. Audits launch at dawn. My team verifies. Soren descended her throne. Robes swirled. Human queen brokers peace. Follow. Or fall. Roe led to the central dais. Hollow rebuilt. Precursor nets activating galaxy-wide. Vance. Your plan? She activated her slate. 3 prongs. Audit trails lock resources. Emergency jumps hit rifts. Leverage. Shared precursor codes from Soren's archives. We force the gates open. Controlled. Council leaned in. A squid-like envoy pulsed lights. Human exceptionalism? Prove. Vance keyed demo. Simran. Fleet scatters. Seals. Reconverges. Success in minutes. Gasps rippled. Kern-Vel murmured. Galactic's plan weeks. Humans. Hours. Roe conceded. Execute, but council oversight. Per charter, Vance countered. Audits first. Cho's voice whispered earpiece. Earth enforcers inbound. Clauses teeth in. Session hammered details. Vance pushed clauses. Non-signers forfeit trade. Fleets impounded. Soren backed hard. Dare oppose. My Navy enforces. Final ratification hit. Public seals again. Roe last, grudging. Vance took her seat. Observer with veto on stalls. Hall quieted. Alarms pierced. Core ping escalated. New rift at Nexus Edge. Scans showed worm code burrowing. Vance stood. Contingency now. My fleet leads SEAL. Rowe nodded.
Council yields. Docks swarmed.
Shuttles launched. Vance boarded, Kernvel at heel. You foresaw this, he said. Human intuition? Prep, she replied, and trust. Fleet burned out. Rift loomed. Precursor shadows writhing. Soren's guns synced. Earth precision-guided foam deployment. Seals locked. IFT collapsed clean. Council comms flooded praise. Row. Charter proves. More gates call. Vance watched stars steady. Institutions bent. Cooperation forged. But core echoes whispered deeper threats. She plotted next burn. Home fleets waited. Leverage held. Soren hailed. They begged Vance, now they follow. Gate 2 pulsed open. Fleet accelerated. Ancient fire met human steel. Together, Kernvel's console beeped. New decode. Precursors culled councils before. This one adapts. Vance's jaw set. So do we. Du Bunisada.